So allowing your body to settle onto the earth. Grab your yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, a regular belt, a rope, form like a robe is great. And then just let yourself lie on the earth for a moment. If it's comfortable to bring the soles of the feet together, go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. If you have, there you go. If you've got pillows or anything nearby perfectly set, you can go ahead and slide those under your thighs. And then you can take the arms down by the sides, or if you want, bring the arms up overhead into goalpost. And for a moment, just let yourself settle into the earth. So feel the base of the skull, the shoulder blades, and the low back. Feel the tailbone anchoring you and rooting you into the earth. The shoulder blades opening you into the earth, and the back of the skull. And so as we feel these descent points, and maybe you're feeling the heels or the blades of the feet, if you have the soles of the feet together, you can root there too. And so right now the moon is waxing in Virgo. The sun is in Aries. The sun is in that new spark of light and heat and passion and power. And the moon is in this mutable earth. And so Aries wants to just go forth. It wants to strike the match. It wants to take action. It wants to blossom. But Virgo is about rhythm and organization and detail. And the full moon on Sunday in Libra, which is the counter to Aries. Aries is the me, Libra is the we, the cardinal air, the scales, the balance. This is the energy that activates at the fall equinox. So we are balancing that light and dark. Once again, the masculine and feminine. Aries is Mars, Libra is Venus. Venus just had her conjunction with the sun early this morning, beginning her ascent as the evening star after being in the underworld the last several weeks. So we really are at a precious moment, precarious moment of alignment, of choosing ourselves, choosing the wholeness of ourselves, and from that place, serving and loving and giving and offering. Virgo is the virgin, which means whole to themselves, belongs to themselves. It has nothing to do with like sexuality or like, your sex organs or function. It has to do with being owning yourself. And so as you lie here for a moment and you feel these connections to the earth, as you feel your breath, as you feel yourself resting under the sun, under the moon is probably already up. Just allow yourself to call yourself here. And in this moment, even say, I choose me. I choose me. I choose me. And notice how that feels. It might not feel comfortable. It might feel like selfish, or it might feel, we all have our relations around that. But what it's saying under this Virgo moon, choosing me, then allows us to move up into the heart and then make the decision what you want to bring into your space. It's this conscious choice of what you want to open to, because you're moving from your truth, your wholeness, your groundedness. And from there, we open into breath, into heart, into union. Take another big, big breath, feeling your body, filling your body. And then open mouth, exhale everything out. And then again, take a deep breath in, fill up, hold the breath at the top, press down through the back of the skull, the shoulder blades, the tailbone, the feet. And then open mouth, sigh it out. Feel the parts of the body connecting to the earth, rooting you, supporting you, anchoring you. And then as you inhale, fill up the body. Feel the body fill and rise and lift and opening towards the waxing sun, the waxing moon. Hold there, gathering your life force, gathering your power, choosing your life force. And then open mouth, exhale. We release the rest. Once we fill our cup, once we fill ourselves, then we give from the excess. And that is the teaching of the moon. The Seneca tradition, the Seneca people, the moon teaches us quality of life. When she's full, she empties. When she's empty, she fills. She knows when enough is enough. And so the Virgo moon lets us really feel ourselves so that we know when to fill and empty, when enough is enough. So let yourself be in your body, in your practice, under this almost full moon, the first full moon of spring in the Northern Hemisphere and fall in the Southern Hemisphere. And now slowly stretch your legs out long and reach your arms up overhead. And so you can even separate the hands and feet. So you're almost like in a 5-pointed star if you have space. So reaching through your fingers, reaching out through your legs, and still feeling those descent points of the tailbone, the shoulder blades, the back of the head, maybe the heels, maybe now the back of the hands. And again, let yourself be held and supported and nourished by the earth, filling yourself, choosing yourself. And from there, everything else opens, everything else expands. Take another breath. Exhale, hug everything in, pull your knees to chest, wrap your arms around the legs. And then we're gonna do this a few times. So as you inhale, stretch your arms and legs out like a star. And then exhale, hug everything in nice and slow. You might start to feel belly activate a little bit. That's okay. And just again, a few times feel this expansion out in starfish and then that curling back in. So that's kind of the Virgo Libra pulsation. Is Virgo anchors us, roots us in our service, in our body, in our wholeness. And then Libra opens up to relate, opens up to connect. And so the Libra full moon is very much about union and beauty and harmony and finding the balance between the me and the we. But first we have to be whole to ourselves. Last time, reach everything out. And then this time, just hug your right knee in. So just hug your right knee in. Give yourself a little rock, or you can start to circle the knee a little bit one way and the other. Give your head a little rock. Soften your shoulders. Good. And just explore, be curious, methodical, find the rhythm of your own breath. And then take your hands behind the right thigh. And as you inhale, extend the foot towards the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, leg up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. And then go ahead and grab for strap. Place strap below the big toe ball mound. And as you inhale, kick the foot up, holding the straps in one or both hands. Good, yeah. Now again, root down. So that Virgo moon is keeping us connected to earth, connected to self. So back of skull, shoulder blades, tailbone. So breathing into the kidneys, letting the kidneys in the back body, sort of just under the bottom ribs, settle into the earth. So feeling safe, feeling supported, because that's really where we open the heart from. You know, we can't force the heart open, but when we feel safe, grounded, supported, that energy is effortless in the way that we can expand and connect. And so breathing into the calf, breathing into the hamstrings, you might, again, be a little bit sort of curious, point and flex the foot, let it rock a little bit side to side. You can soften the knee if there's any tension. You might even notice with the left leg, if it's too much to have it extended, you can place the left foot on the floor. Soften the shoulders, soften the face. Just take a few breaths. So this stretch right here, hand to foot pose, Supta Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, is super easy way to ground. We're on the earth, we're on our back, and now we're opening up the root chakra, the root energy. And so allowing that stability and that openness. These are some of the biggest muscles and bones in the body. And so a very quick way to come back to yourself. back to your stability. Very important before we, surrender to this Libra moon, that we feel into ourselves. And as I mentioned yesterday or this morning, depending on where you are, was the Venus Sun alignment, where Venus is with the sun. And that is particularly for those who identify as female, is absolutely initiation, and it's in Aries. So Aries is the me, choosing me, my power, my life force, but it's in a way that is pure because it's with the sun. And so there may have been some situations over the last couple of days that really brought you into your fierceness, into your truth, into protecting yourself and others, and stepping into power in some way. And that will continue to be sort of highlighted as we move into this full moon. So we want to stay, though, very grounded, because Aries can get aggressive and Aries can get into ego a little bit. So we want to keep that connection. So that Virgo moon is helping us to kind of gather back. Take another breath. As you exhale, can you settle yourself a little closer to the earth and then reach that leg simultaneously up and towards the body? So reaching the heel up and then drawing the leg in. If you need to start to bend the knee, that's fine. And if your body says stop, stop. So part of Virgo is that autonomy of ourselves, right? We're not trying to force ourselves anywhere or into anything. Just if you take a couple breaths here, maybe at your more intense edge in this opening. So you want to lengthen up first and then draw in. Take another breath. And then exhale, hug the knee and release the strap. Take left hand to right knee, wiggle your hips a little bit right, pull right knee up and over for a twist. You can always bring your pillow or block to catch the right knee, and then kind of keep shifting your hips and your bottom leg until you feel really centered. And then that right arm can come back into goalpost or stretch up. So this is a favorite Virgo twist, also great for the liver meridian, which this time of year is the liver chi starts working, the liver meridian. So softening the shoulders, softening the jaw. Aries is connected to the wood element in Chinese medicine, the fire element in the more Celtic tradition. So breathe into this twist, find a balance of breath. So from opening the big muscles now to clearing out anything stuck, stagnant, disconnected. Just a few more really good breaths. And twisting is great for both Aries and Virgo because they like that purification element. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Draw the right knee into the chest. And we're going to come into a quad stretch from here. And it's a little bit tricky, so you might need to, listen or maybe look at the screen if you have to. We're going to bend the left leg and draw the heel just a little bit from the hip. And then place your right foot down. And then with your left hand, you're going to grab the top of the right foot and lengthen the right knee forward. So think about doing half hero's pose if you were in a Virasana on your back, but instead of having that right heel by the right hip, we're pulling it towards the left glute. So that way the left hand can kind of act as a lever, holding the top of the right foot and then lengthen that right knee straight down. And so for most of us, you should feel a quad stretch here. And you can reach the right arm, again, keep it in goalpost or up overhead, but lengthen that right knee forward. And using the left hand on the right foot to kind of pull the toes in. And just take a couple breaths. So one of the most important things for heart openers is the quads, because that is that big support. So if we're going to be doing some focused heart openers, you want that quad stretch. And this is one of my favorites. Take another breath. And then sigh it out, release the right leg, stretch the legs out long, arms up. You could open into star or just stretch, take a big breath. And then exhale, hug the left knee in. So give it a little rock here. We're going to do those 3 poses on this side. Give it a little rock, a little shift, roll out your ankles, circle the knees, shake the head out. So find the rhythm here on side 2. Again, Virgo is methodical in its movement, thorough in its movement. And so just feeling into this side. Again, embodying your left side as much as your right, embodying the whole body. And then take your hands behind the left thigh. Inhale, kick the leg up. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, kick up. Exhale in. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, draw the knee in. Once again, place the strap and then stretch the leg up. And then hold the strap in a place where you can stay really connected through back body. Kidneys can settle towards the earth. Soften your face, soften your shoulders. And so in astrology, Virgo is connected with the digestive system. So that's another reason that twist is so great for Virgo too. And tonight, you know, if you can get a chance to sit outside tonight, get your bare feet on the earth if you haven't already done that today. And it's a full moon weekend. And so as much time as you can spend under that full moon, especially if you can be outdoors, enjoying the spring or fall, depending again where you are in the world. Really appreciating the beauty. And that's a lot of Libra is appreciation and harmony. It's all, but also connected to social justice, connected to fair law, which is, you know, something that's kind of on the big picture with America, the United States of America's astrology right now. Take a few more breaths. Lengthen tailbone and the back of the head. Soften your shoulders down. So let those shoulder blades settle to the earth. And then again, can you start to think that you're lengthening through that top leg as you draw in? So find the balance as you lengthen and then draw in. And it's okay to put a bend in the knee, but let the back body stay heavy. The right foot can always come to the mat. Or keep the leg extended. Soften your shoulders, the back of the head. Breathe into the calves, the hamstrings, the big muscles. Take another big, big inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and hug the left knee in, release the strap. Take the right hand to the left knee, start to wiggle your hips over a little bit to the left, and then draw up and over to the right. So left knee up and over to the right. And then that left arm can stretch out into goalpost or up overhead. So find the twist. And you can always make this supported. So letting that left knee stack on a block or bolster or pillows. Yeah, good. I'm always, I don't care what class I'm in or what moon it is. If I can throw a pillow under something, like I'm going to do it because it just feels so good. You know, and I remember a teacher saying a long time ago that, you know, your practice should balance your life. So like if your life is like super boring, then that's when it's like, you know, you get all crazy and spicy with the practice. But most of us have pretty complicated lives. And so the practice is simple and sweet, supportive. But, you know, we all have to find our sattva. We've been talking about that a lot in my other classes, that what's just right for right now. Just right for right now. Big, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And then slowly start to unwind. And as you settle back onto the mat, we're going to take that reclining quad stretch. So you can bend the right leg. And then with the right hand, reach underneath the left leg to take the top of the left foot And then lengthen the left knee forward. So again, almost like you were doing a half Virasana, but heel coming in rather than outside the hip. And this, for me, this is from a lot of people too. This one's easier on the knee than doing the Virasana with the foot outside. So this side, I feel my quad. I felt my quad on the other side, but I feel it more on this, my tighter side. Left hand can reach up and overhead or be more supportive. Just take a couple thorough, methodical breaths into the quads, just feeling into the quads. Big breath in. And then exhale, release. Place both feet on the mat, hip width distance apart, arms down by the sides. If you have a block or a light pillow that you can put between the thighs, go ahead and do that. If not, no worries. But we do want to feel a little bit of feedback as we squeeze towards the legs towards each other. The feet are planted, arms down, so feel the feet press into the mat, the back of the head. Inhale, roll it up. As you roll to the top, give a little squeeze to your props, and then roll it down. So just start to find a little bit of rhythm with our bridge. And again, no worries if you don't have a block or a light pillow to put between the thighs. Just a little bit of feedback here, though, is nice. So we can feel everything we just did, right? So we can feel the calves, we can feel the quads, the hamstrings. We can feel the belly area where we twisted. And now we're starting to move that earth energy up into the heart while maintaining that connection to earth. So the feet, the back of the head. Now, the next time you lift, go ahead and hold. Squeeze the block if it's there, or hug the legs together like there was something giving you feedback. Press down through your hands, press down through your feet. Maybe draw your shoulders underneath a little bit. So again, feel the shoulder blades, the feet, the back of the head. Squeeze the block. Soften the jaw. Inhale. Exhale, roll it down, nice and slow. Remove the block. And then draw both knees in, hold behind your hamstrings, and let's start to rock a little bit here. So this might be a little rock, you're just massaging across your sacrum and tailbone, or you can start to roll up to the shoulder blades. Keep your chin tucked. And hands behind the hamstrings, unless you want more core, then hold around the shins. But again, just be mindful to keep the chin tucked. So just bringing a little bit of that Aries energy. And then rock yourself up. And we'll bring ourselves up to the top of the mat. Or the back of the mat, or however your room is set up. Place your feet hip width distance apart. Lift your toes, press your feet down. And this, we talked about this last week, just really finding our balance, finding our center. Soften your knees, roll the shoulders down. And then inhale, reach the arms up, lift. Pause here as you exhale. So again, feeling this polarity of the feet rooting into the earth as your fingertips reach towards the sky. Let the ribs draw in a little bit, belly in, soft gaze, soften the shoulders. So we really do become this vessel, right? V for Virgo, V for vessel of this full moon. Soften the shoulders, soften the knees. Take another big breath in. Exhale, one hand to heart, one hand to belly, soften. And we'll tone our moon invocation here now that we're standing. So you can just rock, listen, hum, or you can tone Om Purnima Swaha. So that's our full moon invocation. The Purnima is the full moon. Swaha is the surrender. You can always just listen. Otherwise, take a breath in. Om Purnima Swaha. We bow to the full moon, this almost full moon, this first full moon of the season. And this moon is holy in multiple spiritual traditions of rebirth, of renewal. We gather ourselves, we remember that we are whole to ourselves so that we can embrace and offer to others from that excess, from that fullness. Press your feet into the earth again. Inhale, reach your arms up into that V. Exhale, right arm down the right side, left arm stretches up and over. Press your feet down. Inhale, stretch up. Left arm comes down, right arm over, draw the belly in. And breathe into your side body. And then inhale, reach it up. Exhale, soft knees, swan dive to the earth. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right arm down the right side, left arm stretches up and over. Inhale up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm over. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees, lift up halfway. Step the right leg back, knee to the earth. Hug the legs towards each other like we had that feedback with the block. Inhale, reach up, Anjaneyasana, lift up, reaching for the full moon. Exhale, take your hands back down. Lift the back knee and slide back to downward dog. If downward dog isn't available today, you can go back to child's pose or all fours. Otherwise, inhale, roll towards plank. Lower your knees and then lower your chest down. Tops of the feet down, elbows in. Inhale, low cobra. Lifting up through the heart, soften the jaw. Exhale, push back to the knees, child's pose or downward dog. Look forward, step the right foot up between the hands, lower the back knee down. Hug the legs towards each other, keep that earth connection as you reach for the full moon. Lift up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, look forward, step the back foot up. And fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gather all the way up. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left arm down the left side, right arm overhead. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, fold through center. Soft knees, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg steps way back, knee to the earth. Hug the legs in, reach up, open the heart. Exhale, hands down, place your palms, hands nice and wide. Step back to downward dog. You can also do tabletop or child's pose. Breath in, out. Roll forward towards plank. Feel free to lower the knees and then slowly lower down. So draw the elbows in, top of the feet down. Inhale, low cobra, Bhujangasana, elbows in. Soften the face, soften the ears. Feel the hips connect to the earth. Exhale, roll back, child's pose or downward dog. Look forward, left foot up between the hands. Right knee down, hug the legs in, reach up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, back down. Inhale, look forward, step it up and bow to the earth. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gather it up. This time as you exhale, clasp the hands behind the back. Separate your feet a little bit wider. Roll the shoulders down. Soften your knees. Lift up. Exhale, pour the heart forward. And you can keep the knuckles resting at the sacrum or stretch the arms up and back. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to so we can start to focus on opening the heart. So feeling into the strength of your quads, your calves. If you're able to straighten the legs and stretch through the arms, then great, but no worries. Soften the jaw, take a big breath. Exhale, release the hands down. Bend the knees, roll yourself all the way up. Roll the shoulders at the top one way, then the other. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. And let's go ahead and grab through the strap again. I was going back and forth about this, but I decided that we'll do a couple shoulder flosses. So you can turn wide on the mat if you need to. So if you want a little more leg work, turn wide on the mat and take the feet into temple. Otherwise, just stand comfortably. So you can come into temple with the arms wide and then draw the ribs and the belly in. And you want to make sure you're holding in a place where your arms are going to stay straight without locking the elbows. And you want to keep your chin parallel. Take a breath. As you exhale, bring the strap behind you to the back of the heart. You'll feel it. Inhale up. Exhale forward. So we call this flossing the shoulders. So you want to just make sure you hold in a place where you have enough room. You can feel that stretch. It's not too much. And again, you can add the legs. You can inhale, legs up, and exhale, bend down. You can keep them in that contraction. Or like I said, just stand comfortably and work the shoulders. Draw the belly in, soften the face. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Now, the next time you take the strap behind you, go ahead and hold that not so sweet spot. So you know that spot, soft elbows, and can you lift your heart? So feeling into that opening. If you're in temple, sit deeper into your hips. So use your legs to support that stretch. Take another breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, straighten the legs. Reach that strap up and then bring it down. Whew. Shake it out. Release the strap. If you're not in temple, go ahead and step into it. Inhale, reach the arms up, legs straight. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. So gathering that earth and moon energy. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right arm under left, eagle arms, or hold the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, sit back into your temple. So again, hands can be an eagle or just hold onto the shoulders. Sink back, press your feet down, belly in. Grounded in the low body, open heart. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, straighten everything up, reach up. Exhale, left arm under right, or hold the shoulders, sit back. Pull the belly in, lift the heart. Soften the jaw. Feel the stability and strength in your legs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach everything up, lift up. Now again, exhale as you reach back. You can take the hands clasped, bring the awkward index finger on top. Turn your feet parallel, soften the knees, lift your heart. Exhale, stretch up and over. Again, hands can rest at knuckles or stretch arms up overhead. If your shoulders have had enough, you can just release your hands down. Just take a few breaths here into the hips, hamstrings, legs, shoulders. Shake out the head. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Surrender to the earth. Lengthen. And then slowly start to lift up, heel toe the feet in. And then roll all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right hand grabs left wrist, come up and over. Hold here, breathe, soft elbows. Inhale, reach up. Hold the other side. Ground through your feet. And then inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. And go ahead and turn back to face at the middle of the mat is good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, step to all fours. Feel free to pad the knees. And then start to move through some hip circles. So if you're not comfortable on your knees, you can always come to sit for this. And these can be big circles or little circles. So hip circles get into the whole body. So we've done some low body and upper body. Now bring it together. So coming into the flow, the rhythm of your breath and body. Reverse the direction. And try to let go, soften where you can, because we want to open the heart. We want it to feel organic. We don't want to feel like we're forcing the heart open, because that is not good for anybody. That is not where we want to connect from a forced openness. Take another breath. Exhale, push back into child's pose. Tops of the feet down, knees wide. Press your hands down. Inhale, round forward through cat. Shift your hips forward, open the chest. So almost like a modified up dog, but your hips or your thighs and feet are down. Exhale, push back to child's pose. If this isn't okay for your back, as you come forward, just come to cow. So just melt the heart into cow. And then go back to child's pose. Otherwise, as you round forward, draw the heart forward, and you're gonna feel the tops of the feet press down. So whenever we're opening the heart, there is that earth component. In the chakra system, the heart is air, and the legs are earth. And so just a few more rounds of either just cat, cow, child's pose, or this kind of modified cobra, up dog. Last time. And then push back, child's pose. Weave your right arm under the left. Stretch that left hand forward or left hand behind the back. Just take a breath. And then release, switching sides. Right hand forward, left arm under. I'll bring the right arm up. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, roll forward into puppy dog. So knees under the hips, tops of the feet down. Stick your bum up, place the forehead on the earth or the chest. So I want you to notice how you feel in puppy dog and Anahatasana. How do your legs feel? Do the legs feel strong and open? Can you press through the feet? And then notice the upper spine. Notice how the shoulders are feeling. Can you draw the ribs in? So breathe into the kidneys as you soften your heart. And then slowly roll up to standing on the knees. And you're more than welcome to put a blanket down. So if you were able to use a block or a pillow in bridge, I want to invite you to bring that between the legs here. So camel pose is a great pose for this Virgo, Libra, Aries sort of energy we have, because this is one of those poses where we're really aware of the legs in camel. Because in camel, if you're not using your legs, you're going to feel yourself go back, and you'll feel yourself get into the low back. So we want to keep the legs super strong. The knees are under the hips. The feet are a little bit wider than the hips. And I recommend tucking the toes to start. Squeeze, get that feedback. So we're not squeezing so tight and so rigid that our butts are like, super tight there. There's enough that it's not going to fall out. There's feedback there. And we'll start with Parsva Ustrasana. So reaching up, and notice how this feels. And as you exhale, take the left hand to the left low back, right arm up and over. So those side bends we were doing standing, just kind of like that. Reach up But then rather than reaching over to the side, there is this quality of that other hand coming to the back, right? So we're kind of lifting up and over. So the legs really shouldn't change. And just notice how this is feeling. And actually, I love Virasana. I love this. Now, those of you who are feeling the flow, feeling that rhythm, you might take the left hand and reach for the right foot, the right heel, and then vice versa, the right hand to the right heel. And so maybe going a little bit deeper. But notice, do your hips start to go back? Are your quads shaking? Is there any tightness in the low back? Do you feel like you're throwing your head back or forward? So all of that. So the heart opening is everything, right? The cervical spine is involved. The low back is involved. Hold whatever side you're on. And then again, just allow yourself to be a little bit methodical here. Hug the legs in, soften the jaw. If you need to back out to feel that flow, and then again, can you open from there, right? So if you're feeling tension, if you're feeling pain, you're not sort of offering from that fullness. Take one more breath and then draw it back up. You might pause for a second at center, neutral spine. And then exhale, the left hand can come to left hip, left low back, reach up, or whatever side you're on. I think I said whatever side you're on. Maybe you're reaching for the heel. Draw the hips forward, so feeling into the quads, shoulders back, comfortable place for the head, breathing with easy rhythm. We can feel the heart here, whole body, and then bring it up. And then for a moment, exhale, just sit back on your heels. And you can move the block if you need to. And just pause and just notice. Shake out the head. So observe the senses, observe the body. You can keep the toes tucked and stretch the feet here too if you want. And then we're going to come back up again and we're going to play with camel. But you could also just do the Virasana again. Or you can just sit here in the toe, the broken toe. You can even sit back in Virasana here and just be in Virasana. Otherwise, coming back up to the knees, block between the thighs, tucking the toes or tops of the feet down, which is going to make it more challenging. If you want to play with full camel, we keep the hands on the back. So your fingers are reaching down towards your glutes. Draw the elbows in and then soften the jaw. So soften the palate. Belly towards spine. So we're not sticking the belly out here. We're drawing belly, and that's our fire. We're hugging the legs and tops of the feet. That's our Virgo. And then when those things happen, there's this organic opening through the chest. And you might never drop your head back. You might never move your arms. Or if you can keep this, you'll take one hand at a time to the heels. But notice what happens. So for me, my shoulders have been pretty tight since I nursed my son forever. So I'm still working on getting back that flexibility for full camel. But with keeping my hands at my low back, I can feel all of that energy moving up from the legs through the heart. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then exhale, release it back on the heels, on the toes. So you can do camel again, or Parsva, or we are going to try Virasana. So for Virasana, if you just want to play with it, you can keep the block and sit it between the heels and sit on the block. Otherwise, if you want to play with the deeper Virasana, you want to sit between the heels. So the knees are together. I feel like the knees should be together. Some traditions do hip width, but I feel like there's so much more room to splay. And you should be able to see your feet. So tops of the feet are down. All 5 toes are splaying. And you can start by just pressing into the feet and lifting the chest. If you're feeling pulling in the knees, then put a block or bolster under your hips and then stay here. You can also just start to walk your hands back, fingers facing the same direction as your body, chin tucked and open the heart. And so this is a perfectly beautiful Virasana. For some of you, you can kind of shift your hips forward and walk down to your forearms. But then notice the legs, tops of the feet down, knees pointing forward, chin tucked to start. And for some of you, you can again roll the palate back and even place the back of the head down. If the back of the head comes down, you can bring your arms up and overhead and hold on to opposite elbows. But make sure you're moving methodically through the body. Breathing into the quads, into the hips, into the heart, into the belly, whole body here. And again, you can just be sitting on the block, taking deep breaths, hands behind you. Take one more big breath wherever you are. Exhale, release. And then just as methodically, you'll start to make your way up. And then maybe taking a moment sitting in Virasana. If that's not appropriate for your body, you can extend one leg for Ardha Virasana or just take both legs out. And hopefully you've listened to your body through that. So the ideal is that now there would be this flow, this rhythm of prana, having opened up the body, and just sitting in Virasana again gets into the quads and the legs. Take a breath, exhale, and then shift the weight to one side, gently draw one leg out, and then the other. So you're sitting on your butt, legs extended. You might be sitting up on a blanket, rock the legs out. Draw the right knee in, place the foot outside the left knee. So kind of like that twist we did on the floor. Right hand behind you, reach the left arm up and twist. So softening the jaw. Come back to that smooth flow of breath. And so I definitely in my own practice don't spend a ton of time on big poses like that anymore. There was definitely a period in my practice where we would focus, and teachers still do that, where they focus on one pose the whole class and working up to that. But again, the Virgo Libra energy really does work better sort of systemically like that. Take another breath. Exhale, release, unwind, pull that right leg in, and then make a little baby cradle here. So you can just take right hand to the knee, left hand to the right foot, rock it this way. Or for some of you, you can hold them between the elbows. Make sure you're pressing that right foot into the left arm. Sit up nice and tall. Just breathing into the hip, releasing the hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale. You can kind of lean that right leg back. You take the right hand towards the right foot. Almost like you were doing a happy baby here, pulling that leg back. And then as you exhale, go ahead and place the right heel to the inside of the left leg, right knee open and half butterfly. Extend through the left leg, reach the left arm down, the left leg, right arm up and over. So feeling into the liver lines. Again here, side body, open heart. And then inhale, bring that right arm up. Take the right hand behind the right hip, left arm reaches up and overhead. Stay here or hop up onto that right knee. Reach up and back. So another heart opener here, a little variation on Wild Thing. Parjavashisthasana. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, roll it down. Stretch your legs out, shake them out. Bend the left leg, cross the left foot over the right knee, sit up nice and tall. Left hand behind you, inhale, right arm up, exhale, hook and twist, sage twist. So just feeling the flow through the body. So after doing some big heart openers, we want to make sure we want to spend almost as much time, kind of coming down from that, especially the full moon weekend, because the full moon can kind of keep us up, and heart openers are energizing too. So the twists kind of help to clear that out. Also that Virgo detox, big breath. Exhale, release, unwind. We're going to draw the left knee in for baby cradle. So keep it really gentle. or you can start to hook in. I don't love baby cradle as a hip opener, but it's pretty effective. And it also requires you to keep that awareness of your upper body, back body, kidneys, heart. You can breathe here. You know, so you know some tricks here of opening this leg up a little bit more, going a little bit deeper. Like I said, you can kind of pull that left knee back in. If that feels okay. Just make sure you're sitting up tall, so let's not lose that heart connection even as we sort of unwind from that. Couple more breaths into the hips. Inhale. And then as you exhale, place that left foot to the right thigh. We walk the right leg out, stretch right arm up and over, right leg, left arm can reach up. Open. So roll your heart open. Breathe into your legs. And then you can roll it on up, left hand outside left hip, reach through the right arm, point the right toes, maybe come up onto that left knee, tuck the tailbone, press through the left hand, open everything up. Big breath. And slowly unwind, stretch both legs out, shake them out. And you can keep the legs extended or place the feet. So it's a little bit more intense with the legs straight, reverse table or reverse plank. If you're reverse planking, point the toes, legs together. Place the hands nice and wide behind you, fingertips towards the body or slightly out. Shrug the shoulders, lift the chest. Start with your legs, point your toes, start to lift your hips. Again, shin can tuck or open back. You can always place your feet back on the mat. Lifting into table, so chin can tuck or slow roll of the palate back. Make sure you can breathe, speak, feel the legs, feel the heart, stretching everything, offering everything up towards that full moon while being grounded. Take another big breath. Exhale, roll it down. Up on the sits bones, yogi's choice. Keep the legs straight for Paschimottanasana or bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Inhale up, exhale, fold. So if the knees were bent, it might have made more sense to do bound angle, or maybe you have a preference. So just a few breaths here. Let it all go. Deep breath. Exhale everything out. Roll it up. And so we've got a couple minutes for relaxation. If you'd like a longer Shavasana, you're welcome to leave the practice and have a longer Shavasana. Otherwise, you can roll onto the back, extending out into Shavasana. You could take the soles of the feet together. If you've got space, you might roll your legs to legs up the wall or legs up the chair. I'm just taking a few minutes to ground into the Virgo waxing moon as we surrender to this upcoming full moon. And so there is a pulse. You know, yoga is dualistic. Hatha yoga is sun and moon. So there is always polarity. There's always that pulse, right? Inhale, exhale. The heartbeat goes dun dun, right? Like there's two. And so in the full moon, we have an opposition of the sun and the moon. The moon is in the opposite energy of the sun, but it's the opportunity for union, for balance, and especially this close to the equinox, we really are feeling into balance. And so honor yourself for taking time to tune in, to move through your body in a more methodical way than our kind of usual flow-based way. You might, again, just sort of hear that mantra of, I choose me. I choose me. One of my favorite poets, and I've quoted her in this practice before, Nayera Wahid, one of her another poems that I really love, and this is very much that Virgo and Aries, is that if someone doesn't want me, it's not the end of the world. If I don't want me, the world is nothing but endings. And Libra is so relational. It's so about others that it's easy to always feel like we're giving to others and comparing to others. And we only matter compared to the people in our lives. And of course, the people in our lives bring us joy and service and purpose, but we have to choose us. We have to belong to ourselves. We have to choose ourselves over and over in a healthy, sustainable way, of course, right? And so under this Virgo Aries, we're really being drawn to making that choice deep within on a soul level so that we can celebrate our partnerships and our relationships and our unions that we come to from that fullness. If someone doesn't want me, it's not the end of the world. If I don't want me, the world is nothing but endings. Feel the back body, the places where the earth rises to embrace you and you root down into the earth. Feel the front body soft and expansive towards the sky. Call yourself here fully. Call yourself back to yourself. And from here, begin to reach out. Begin to wiggle and stretch and rock and roll. You can hug the knees in and curl to left side. You can just rock yourself up to sit. Take your time. Move with that rhythm that is yours, the frequency that is just yours. And as you move through this weekend, this full moon, maybe notice what is the sort of formula when you feel most you. And again, maybe that's being around certain people, being in certain environments. Maybe it's just a feeling. Be sure to celebrate you. And then from there, we can appreciate and open to other. Place a hand to heart, a hand to belly. Then we'll tone 3 sounds of Om. The first Om filling your cup. The second Om is an offering. The third Om in gratitude to our Mama Earth and Grandmother Moon. You can also just listen. Inhale to gather your hands, let the heart rub the hands, feel the spark and the heat. Take a big breath. Exhale, left arm to the left, palm face up, right arm out to the right, palm face down, connecting to our virtual circle. Take a big, big breath in, lift the heart towards the moon. Exhale, hands to the earth, and we bow. Many, many full moon blessings. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I hope to see you soon.